What is up, guys, and welcome to Lords Mobile. I thought I'll make a little video just to show you a little account overview. Uh, I am a mid-tier player, I'd say. Uh, I'm currently at approaching 35 million might. The reason I say mid-tier is because, I'm not the weakest player out there, but I'm also not competing against players such as, let's see, these. I cannot stand up to any of these. Some of these potentially, I could probably face one of these guys you see here, but yeah, that's basically it. Now, let's check it out. So, this is my guild. That is me right there. Those are my prisoners, which I'm going to murder for my altar. Funnily enough, actually, I killed someone who was in not far from me, and I got some hate mail. You returned the hero, or do you want it to do with us? Hello, sir. Could you please return my companion? Thank you very much. Well, your companion shouldn't be in this kingdom if your guild is not in this kingdom, because you see here they are 43. Their guild is pretty much the same power as our guild, and their members could beat me. Well, not on a 1v1, but they could come and rescue their friend. However, to me, that seems very unlikely because they're going to have to migrate down and then migrate back just to rescue a 2.5 million that isn't even in their own kingdom. But anyway, alright. So I'm currently I was doing some gathering, attempting to get gear, and which is the first topic that I'm actually going to talk about. Here you can see my fighting gear. I'm still trying to get a final accessory, so for example, this legendary here is actually good enough to compete against the other options that I can, make. So that's the reason why I have it like that. What you're seeing here is quite a few good pieces of gear that you can get for, without it being too expensive for you. But overall, some of this stuff is some of the best gear you can get being a free-to-play player, actually. This tomahawk here, the fiery tomahawk, is actually, I believe, the best free-to-play weapon that you can actually get in the game. And you can find this by just getting the materials. There's some pretty bad stuff inside it right now, apart from the cavalry. I'm working on the jewelry. But yeah, you just need some free materials you can gather from the tiles, and each tile type gives specific materials. So for example, this one here will give you the gold bricks, which are required for this helmet here, which is one of the best helmets you can actually get, because it gives you a huge army defense boost, 16%, and it's not too difficult to get to legend because I bought it and within a week I had it at legendary. And I believe recently they changed it that the drop rates for the very hard to get items have actually improved. I've been getting much better drops from gathering. See if I can get you. These are the things that you need: metal, sorry. But as you see, these used to drop so uncommonly, and now I've had a few greens here and there, so it is much better. Now, getting back to the gear, if you look at the forge and all equipment, let's look for some of the best helmets that you can get as a free-to-play player. Now, this is a free-to-play helmet that you can actually get, and it has 10% increased defense, well, 10.5 and 5% infantry attack. Now, that is actually not as good as this one here, despite the fact that it has trap attack and wall defense. The reason why I didn't want to get this one is it does have quite a big difference in terms of defense, a whole 5.5%, and I feel that is much better than just 5% infantry, because the army defense spans over all of your troops. That goes from siege to infantry to archers and to cavalry. It applies to all. The other helmets you can look at potentially getting is the Devil's Visage. Visage, whichever way you want to say that is, because it does give army defense as well as army capacity, but the capacity is, I believe, not as good. I'd rather have the extra 1.5%. Moving on to the chests, I do have the Winter Parka, and as well as I have the Predator Pauldron at blue for both. But to be honest, I like the Parka more. Just I don't know why. I just like the way it looks. But looking at free-to-play gear, there's actually not too many good chests that you can get that are free. But the one I was looking into is the Regal Plate Mail. This one actually has Army HP, which I believe to be the best stat out of the defense and the attack. So look into that. Alright, now to shoes. The best, well, I use the Winter Stompers because they're actually really cheap to make if you pay some money. The items that you use and not as rare as, for example, other gear that you can get. Mine are at purple, which is great because it gives me rage defense and army defense at huge amounts. But free to play, I was looking at the durable boots when I was actually looking which free to play gear to get, because the army defense 10% is a really good stat, as well as the 2 attack stats. So overall, I believe them to be the best free to play boots. Now, the main hand, like I said before, the Fiery Tomahawk is actually amazing compared to the others, which is the Venom Stinger and the Falcon Gale. The Fiery Tomahawk is actually the best, just overall is the best out of them all. Because if you, just is. This one is trap attack here, and this one's trap attack. Oops. Trap attack and trap attack, whilst this one actually has all infantry, cavalry, and ranged stats, which are just considerably better than having anything to do with your wall. Alright, now going on to your offhand. For your offhand, it was quite difficult looking at which one to get. I myself have the Frostwing Shield because it has the defense and the max HP at quite high percentages, and ignoring obviously the defense for the wall. Aside from that, I would look into getting the Crusader Shield, which I do have at purple, because it does give infantry and ranged. But overall, I wouldn't. There's no real super amazing one for free to play. Aside from that one, the Lunas Scimitar is amazing. If I did not have my Frostwing Shield, I will 100% have the Lunar Scimitar. Now, this is the part which annoys me, is the accessories. The accessories, all the best ones here, the Dragon, the Terror, the Frostwings, all of these, Fair Drum, they're all paid accessories. Even the average Chelka, which I have at purple, none of these are good. This is the Lost Island Relic is the only one, and that only gives you 2.5% at legendary, which is quite difficult to get because, like a lot of my gear, which is my research gear, it uses the same items, the platinum, which makes it really annoying to get them all up because you're going to have to get a lot of rare items. Now, the reason I'm using the Sentinel one instead of the any other is because I don't have another Lost Island Relic. So I thought the 4% cavalry is just better than any of these when this one is at legend. So overall, this is the best that I think I would choose if I was a free-to-play player, not willing to spend much or if any money on the game. It just works. It will just work, and everybody needs an attack set when you get to a certain might. Now, the next thing I wanted to talk about is your overall buildings. Now, of course, I do have some buildings which I should be leveling up. I should be finishing this up, as well as, let's say, the trading post, and the watchtower, but I kind of left them to the side for now. And I thought I would focus more on let's take that away, on my buildings here. These are the most important buildings, to be honest. because they give such good, such they're very fucking helpful. Anyway, so these are the infirmaries which you need to get a lot of, because it basically means if anybody attacks you, the troops that do end up suffering in the battle are sent to your hospital first, which is your infirmary, instead of dying. And if you run out of infirmary space, your troops actually die. So if you don't want your hard-earned troops to just pass away, and you have to make more in the barracks here, you are going to find it very annoying. You might even quit the game at that point. Which is why I have quite a few hospitals here. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and these hospitals are all 23 and up, and one being at 25 because I need that for upgrades. And I'll be working on those up to 24. That's 100%. The second most important building is the manors. These give you extra training speed. As you can see here, training speed in the corner, and it goes all the way up to 15% on top of your training speed, and up to 20 when you've maxed the building, and all of these stack. So I have quite a few of these. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of these buildings, and I'm going to try and get them to 24 minimum, so my barracks actually is able to make troops faster. Now this isn't my entire army. They are in the shelter and gathering, but I'm constantly making more, and I'm managing to make 5,000 every single day. It takes me about 24 hours to make 5,100 troops, which is not bad. Now the final building in this side is the barracks. The barracks is actually not an important building. You should only have one, in my opinion. If you are an active player, only one is necessary. When you get to a certain point, it takes about 24 hours, like I said, to train troops, and you just basically have to log in once every 24 hours to start it up again. Extra barracks do not make you train troops faster. Extra barracks do not do anything aside from obviously this here, which is at 25. It gives you 10% army defense boost, and that also stacks for a building. So yeah, at one point, if you no longer want to make a lot of troops, if you are satisfied with your army size, you can always just knock them down and rebuild them, but that is usually what top tier players do. I would just recommend getting a nice mix between manors and infirmaries, having one barrack at as high as you can, so you can actually make a lot of troops and not have to log on every few hours. These here, for the other thing I wanted to talk about are these buildings here. I haven't put much time into them. I mean, I'll have them all at 25 at least. That's this one here, beside that one, the farm, and the quarry, not the mine. They're all at 25 just so I can upgrade buildings. But apart from that, all of these are really low. We can even get one of these up just for the hell of it. Whoops. But that's literally like all you need, because I get all of my resources through these packs here, instead of doing anything, and I also gather, and that's just much faster than actually making these things produce, because they make like 40,000 every hour, and that is nothing when you get to a certain might. Alright, well, I think I'm going to conclude the first part of the video here, and I will continue speaking about other topics in another video, because I feel like I will make an hour-long video and nobody wants to watch that. But yeah, that's just the start. Look out for more, and I will give you tips on everything and anything that I know regarding Lords Mobile to help you grow. And this applies to both free-to-play and pay-to-play, and I support free-to-play much more than pay-to-play. It's just that I am quite impatient, hence why I spent some money. Alright guys, I'm going to end it there, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.